Hey YouTube, does your home defense shotgun have an Ontario M9 bayonet? Well, it should. No respectable shotgun should be without a bayonet. Today we're going to talk about Mossberg 590A1 home defense shotgun. This one here has a 20-inch barrel. It has the ghost ring sights, 8-round magazine tube. I believe it's a nice home defense shotgun, and that's all it's good for. With a 20-inch barrel, it ain't going to be good for much else. The 590A1 differs from the 590 and the standard 500 by the fact that the barrel on the 590A1 is almost twice as thick as the standard 590. This weapon is unloaded and safe. The barrel is double thick on the 590A1, which makes it a little heavy, but it's worth it. This thing is like a tank. This one is equipped with ghost ring sights, has a blade front sight and a ghost ring rear sight. Looks cool, not really necessary, but if you're going for a home defense gun, I think you can't beat the pump. They say that sound is the most recognizable sound in the firearms world. I'd hate to be a thief breaking in somebody's house and hear that sound. And if somebody broke in mine, that'll be the last sound that they do hear before I remove their face from their skull. Now this one here, I've added an adjustable stock from ATI. It is adjustable from 12.5 inches to 14.5 inch length of pull. The original stock on this gun was a 14.5 inch length of pull, and unless you're shack, that's awful long. Plus, if you're going to be using this in a house in tight quarters, you're going to want it as short as possible. You can get this with an 18.5 inch barrel, but that shortens your magazine tube, and then you lose the all-important bayonet lug as well. Now, if you're only going to have one shotgun, and I think everybody should have a shotgun, I mentioned in a previous video that everyone should have a 12 gauge shotgun. As someone say that I was discriminating against the 20 gauge, so I'm going to recant that statement and say everyone should have a shotgun, no matter what gauge, 12 gauge, 20 gauge. It don't really make no difference. They'll all get the job done. Shotgun's one of the most versatile weapons you can have. You can shoot anything from bird shot to buckshot to slugs. Most of them will shoot 2 3/4, 3 inch. Some of them will even shoot 3.5 inch. Now, I've shot one 3.5 inch shotgun shell in my life, and I don't plan on shooting another one. That thing will punch you in the shoulder like a professional boxer. I don't care about shooting another one. But this Mossberg here will shoot 2 3/4 and 3 inch, and that's all I need. Now, if you're only going to have one shotgun, though, I would suggest getting one with a 26, 28 inch barrel with the screw-in chokes. That way you could use it for anything you ever needed. You could hunt. You could also use it for home defense. And with the screw-in chokes, you could shoot anything from birdshot to slugs. And that would be your most versatile option. This one here is pretty much home defense only. and looking cool. I guess it's its two main purposes. Now the difference between the Mossberg and the Remington is the Mossberg has an aluminum receiver where the Remington has a steel receiver. Now on this 590A1, it has a steel trigger guard and a steel safety button, whereas your regular Mossberg 590 or 500 would be plastic. Now the plastic will do the job. I've seen a few Mossbergs with a broken safety, but this one's steel, and you can add a steel one to any Mossberg for $10 in 5 minutes time. The trigger mechanism on this happens to be steel, which I like. Now a lot of people will down the Mossberg for the aluminum receiver. I don't have no problem with that. They'll say the Remington's better because it's got a steel receiver. Well, I'll throw that in the argument that the Mossberg is better because, and you ain't gonna be able to see this, but inside this ejection port, the ejector on the Mossberg is held in with a flat tip screw. On the Remington, it's riveted in, and I've seen them break, and it's don't happen every day, but if you break that ejector on the Mossberg, you get you a screwdriver and replace it. If you break that on a Remington, well, you got some problems that you're gonna have to probably have a gunsmith fix, or just buy another gun. That's what I'd do, and it'd be a Mossberg the second time. I have a forearm on this one with the strap on it. I added that, and I like that. You can buy these forearms with lights on them. That's the one good thing about having a Remington or a Mossberg. They're the most popular, and there's accessories for either one that are limitless. You can get a pistol grip. You can get several different forearms with Picatinny rails, lights. You can configure them just about any way you can imagine. Now, if I wanted a pistol grip on my shotgun, I would definitely go with the Remington, because the bolt release is on the back of the trigger guard on the Mossberg, and the safety is on top of the receiver. Both of them will be a lot harder to manipulate with a pistol grip, whereas the Remington has the conventional crossbolt safety, and the bolt release is on the front. So that pistol grip would be a lot better on the Remington than it will be on a Mossberg. But I don't want a pistol grip. I like the stock, and I'm completely happy with this 590A1. I think if anybody was looking for a home defense shotgun and that's all they wanted to use it for, I would go with the Mossberg, Remington, maybe the Benelli. There's a lot of cheapos on the market today. I'm not going to mention any name brands, but there's even some popular names from the past that have been cheaped up in such a way that I wouldn't have one. And they're riding on the name and hoping people won't do the research and figure out that that's all you're getting, that is the name. But these Mossbergs and Remingtons are made in America, always have been. Hopefully they always will be, and you can't go wrong with either one. Now, like I said before, 12 gauge, 20 gauge don't really make no difference. You got 16 gauge. That 16 gauge ammo is a little higher and harder to find, but if that's what you already have, well, I wouldn't go out and buy another one unless I just wanted to. I don't think you can have too many. And then you got your 410, that's a little small, and shotgun ammo is almost the exact opposite of rifle ammo or pistol ammo. The smaller gauge you get, the higher it is, it seems. But 12 gauge, 20 gauge usually run about the same price. This is August 2015. I bought a box of 100 at Walmart for $21 and some change, which has come down a little from what it was 6 months ago. It got up to as high as $26, $27 a hundred where I live. But the Mossberg 590A1 is a quality shotgun. It's built like a tank, and I have no complaints with it. Like you said, it's a little heavy, but that's alright. I'll take the extra weight just for the fact that this barrel is like a piece of gas pipe. It's thick and it's tough, and I like everything about it. The ghost ring sights are unnecessary, but they look cool. You can get this with a bead. You can get it with a stock that holds 4 rounds. I think it's called a speed feed stock that holds 4 rounds, 2 in each side. I had one of those, and my problem with it was sometimes they would pop out while you were shooting it. Some of your rounds would pop out. But you can get a side saddle to mount on the receiver that holds 5 or 6 shells. You can get a sling that'll hold extra shells. I mean, you could have this gun weighing 20 pounds pretty easy if you wanted to. But if I was going to end up being stranded in the woods with one gun, I'd say give me a 12 gauge shotgun with a variety of different shells, from bird shot to slugs, and you could pretty much do anything you needed to do. You could kill a bird, a squirrel, a deer, just about anything that you're going to come up on in the woods in North America. If you got the right ammo, you can take it down with a good old 12 gauge shotgun. So if it comes to home defense weapons, this is the king right here. You can't beat a 12 gauge shotgun for home defense. You can point this thing and shoot and tear up anything in front of it. Now, I got 8 round capacity in my magazine. I'll put 2 or 3 slugs, then I'll put 3 buckshots, and then maybe 2 bird shots. So the guy that breaks in my house is going to get 2 bird shots, and then the big lead's coming. But don't be fooled by the bird shot. That bird shot will take care of business, believe you me. Just shoot a piece of paper with some bird shot at 10 yards and look at the hole you just put in it. That's the same hole that's going to be in the peckerhead that just broke into your house. But 590A1, it'll say it right on the side of the receiver. 590A1. That's what you want to see if you want the heavy barrel. If it don't say that, it's probably just a standard 590 with the thinner barrel, and that's nothing wrong with that either. You're not likely to burn up a barrel, because if you start pumping slugs out of it enough to heat up that barrel, you're going to heat up your shoulder just as fast. But I really like it. I think everyone should have one. The bayonet's good for nothing. It's a conversation piece. You can put a head of lettuce on it, shoot it with some bird shot, and make a nice confetti. That's about the only purpose I've found for it. But it's on there. What do you do? I guess if I run out of ammo, I'll just go with the bayonet. But if it gets time to go with the bayonet, I'm probably going to be running. But if you're looking for a home defense shotgun, I don't think you're going to find a better one than this right here. The good old pump is an American invention. It's American to the core. And it's tough, it's reliable, fairly inexpensive as far as shotguns go. You can wrap up a few $1,000s in a shotgun in a real hurry. There's home defense automatics. I don't like them. Automatics are finicky. They're prone to malfunction, and I don't see no sense in it when you can get you a pump for usually half the price that'll do just as much damage and not have to worry about it failing on you. That's all I got, YouTube. Thank you.